Okay, so what I'm going to do is go through negative and positive beliefs, okay? So head down, you should be looking at the paper, you shouldn't be looking at me, okay? And what I want you to do is let's start with a negative so we finish on the positive. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Right, pen and paper. I want you to write down, first of all, everything that you're not good at, okay? So what aren't you good at? You might not be good at academics, you might not be good at, might not have been good at school, you might not be good about thinking about others, you might not be a good listener, you might not be good with money, you might have a bad temper. Write down everything on the negative column that you're not good at, okay? What aren't you good at? If you need to pause the film as you write this down, then do it, okay? And then start again when you've written everything down. What aren't you great at? What would you like to change about yourself? What would you like to, if you could change things about yourself, what would you change? What would your partner change? Your husband, your wife? What would your children say you weren't very good at? What would your parents say you weren't very good at? Okay, get it all down. Pause the film if you need to and restart it. Okay, what aren't you good at? And then let's look at, when things get really bad and you're in that isolated, lonely place, okay? Things have really gone not according to plan and you're on your own and you're beating yourself up. Would you tell yourself about yourself? Are you useless? Are you a waste of space? Is life never going to work out for you? Are you too old? Are you too young? Okay? What do you tell yourself when things get really, really, really dark? Okay? And I know this can feel difficult and I know you can think. Pause the film and write them down. Be truthful. This is an amazing process and it's going to really awaken you. Okay? Okay. Right. What will you never achieve? Well, who are you comparing yourself to? What will you never be or have or do? What negative beliefs have you got about work? What negative beliefs have you got about money? What do you believe, do you think that money will never come for you? Do you think you will always be in debt? Do you think, life is hard? Yeah? We grow up with all sorts of sayings given to us. Money doesn't grow on trees. I never win anything, okay? I'll never really get anywhere because my parents didn't get anywhere, okay? Or my parents told me I'd never get anywhere, okay? I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I live in the wrong place, I've got too many children, I can never do what I want because my partner, is X, Y, and Z. All of it, get all of it down on this part of the paper. Okay, negative beliefs, really, 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 really important negative beliefs. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. All of us have got that, I'm not good enough, so write it down. All of us have got, actually I'm not as confident as people think I am, so write it down. Exhaust it, all of it, get it all down, okay? Because all of this is numbing your consciousness and all of it is affecting your happiness within your life. Well done. Well done. Okay, let's leave that list and move on to the positives, okay? I want you to make a list of everything you are amazing at. What are your strengths, okay? What are your real strengths? What are you really, really good at, okay? Are you kind? Are you giving? Are you caring? Are you good at maths? Are you great with money? Are you a good socializer, yeah? Whatever, you might be great at sport, okay? You might really be fantastic at cooking. You might be quite sort of visionary and help people understand things. You might teach people things. You might have patience. What are you really good at? Okay, if you were going to a job interview and the interviewer says, right, okay, give me 3 things, your biggest strengths. What are your biggest strengths? Okay, what are your biggest strengths? What are you really good at? Write it down, pause the film if you need to and restart it. Okay, what are you really good at? And then it's like, what Do your partner, your children, your parents, what do they think you're good at? Your best friend, what would your best friend say to you? If your best friend and your parents and all the people you care about and care about you were stood in the same room as you now doing this, what would they say you were really fantastic at? Okay, write it down. What would your boss say? What would the people who work for you or with you say? Okay, write them all down, all of it, every single thing. Pause the film if you need to and restart. Okay. What I want you to do then is I want you to imagine that you wake up in the morning and you're on holiday, for example, and the sun is shining or it's crisp and cool and snow on the ground, and you pull back the curtains and you think, you know what, life is, and write it down. What do you say? Life is what? Okay? Pause the film if you need to, write it down. And then you go, you have a fantastic breakfast, you shower, or you do whatever is just a dream for you first thing in the morning, and you think, I'm going to just open that front door and say good morning to the world, and you open the front door and you say, actually, you know what, I am, and what do you say? You are what? I am amazing. Okay, I am fantastic, I am so lucky. Write it all down, all of it, write every single thing down. Don't think that by saying you're amazing that you are bigging yourself up or being arrogant. You're not. There's nothing wrong with you feeling you're amazing. You should feel amazing. You are amazing. Okay? Remember that angel. You are that angel. That is who you are. You're here. Nobody is bad within their heart. They're only bad because of what they believe, okay, and how they perceive things. So open that up and write it down. Right. If you need to, pause the film and finish that exercise, okay? Refer to the book if you need to, okay? The process is all in the book of Awakening. There are more questions for you. You can take more time over it if you need to.